Let's do this again. All right. Edit G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, the second one. Enter. Enter just put a new line in there. Shucks, that's not what I wanted to happen. Well, gosh dang it. Betrayed again. Now we could go through a lot of trouble to, instead of just using content editable, we could like hide the span and put a form in its place and stuff so that it works just like a form, but we're not going to. What could we do? I want to know when I hit the keyboard, the enter key. Maybe I could listen for that. Yeah. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I was adding that listener. Is there one for pressing the enter key?
Seems like there ought to be, doesn't it? What kind of fun would that be if there weren't? Yep, totally. There's all kinds of keyboard events you can for. Is key down, one of them is key up, one of them is key press. Key down fires as soon as you press the key down. And if you use that for things, sometimes you'll find that it's just being off a few milliseconds feels really, really weird. Key press is the one we want. Key press is the one that's going to feel right. So we will listen for that event. And just like these other events, you wait for it to happen on a particular element. So we're waiting for the enter key to be pressed specifically inside this name field, right? So yeah, let's do that. Down here in render list item, well, here it is. Flick name is that span. We're already doing that so we can set it to text content. So now instead of maybe doing this all in one thing, I'll actually save const name span equals item.query selector. Then we'll say namespan.text content. And then we can say namespan dot add event listener. What is the event? It is key press. What do we want it to do? How about this dot save on enter? Doesn't exist yet, but seems reasonable enough. And sure, let's go ahead and bind this item flick. And that should be a comma. What do we need to do then? Save on enter receives item and flick and an event. I don't know if I need that event for something or not. Let's right now just throw a debugger in there so we can play around with it. I'll go ahead and take the underscore off. So save on enter should run when we hit the enter key inside that field. Refresh. Hit edit. Hit enter. Paused in debugger. Good. So let's go to the console. We've got our event. It's a keyboard event now. Okay, we've got keyboard event.key, keyboard event.code. See, ev.key, ev.code, ev.key code, ev.car code, which one do I use? Let's see here. Keyboard events. If you don't know, look it up. Here we go. I don't care about this constructor. Keyboard event. This is what I want. describes user interaction with the keyboard, indicates what's happening with the key. Properties, we've got car. It says, warning, this has been dropped from DOM level 3 events, supported only on IE 9 Plus and Microsoft Edge. Okay, we're not going to use that. Car code. Look at, it's got a little thumbs down. Little thumbs down here too. This attribute is deprecated. You should use keyboard event.key instead, if available. Okay, so keyboard event.key is the one we want. And that is enter. Because what happens right now? If I type L in there, it still triggers this event, right? I just did key press. I wasn't listening specifically for the enter key. So inside my event handler, I'm going to have to figure out which key it was. So here I could say if event dot key triple equal the string enter like that. Then I want to do something. Why do I use triple equal? Yeah.
Doesn't it also check the type of the two things that you compared?
It does. So double equal doesn't always do what you mean for it to do. And it can be really weird. It will actually do some typecasting for you. And that's unpredictable. Or you don't want to have to think hard enough to predict it. So we just always use triple equal. Just always use that in JavaScript. So to do that, then what do we do? What if we just call toggle editable again? So if you're in there and you press enter, what do you want to happen? You want it to stop being editable. So it seems like we just run toggle editable. This dot toggle editable, which takes the item, it takes the flick, and it expects an event. Is this going to cause any problems? What's it do with the event? It uses event target to find the button. So now all of a sudden, we've got a keyboard event, and that's not what the target is. So how about we just find it this way instead? So now I'll put an underscore here because we're not using it. And also I'm not going to bother passing the event forward if it's the keyboard event. So now all save on enter needs to do is check whether it's enter and then call toggle editable. Should just work. Let's give it a try. Refresh. 21 Jump Street. Edit. 22 Jump Street. Enter. Boom. Life is good. Button changes back. It's not editable anymore. It changed the array. Spectacular. All right. Save changes when pressing enter. Questions? Yeah. The save on enter? Yeah, there is. So there's more we could do to this app. We could do move up, move down. It's kind of more of the same. One trick I will point out with move up, move down, I do disable the buttons if it's the very top one. And I use a little CSS trick there too. But to move up, you need to find the one above it and do insert before. To move down, what if you just move the one below it up? A little easier. So I'm calling Tatum Tots pretty much done. We have bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish named React. So before we do that, we will take our break. But before the break, let's just watch a quick little video that goes through some of the unexpected behavior that we get out of JavaScript. Stuff like what double equals does. It likes to change types of things without your explicitly asking it to, which sometimes is super convenient, or at least that's what they thought when they were originally designing it. But it can also get really, really freaking weird.